And we are pleased to have Senator Jon Tester joining us here live tonight on our statewide newscast at 9.
Senator Tester, most of us would prefer we just get this election out of the way. Just get it over with. This is your third election cycle, each one pretty nasty. Would you say the nastiness in this one even surprises you?
Well, I mean, it sure has. Looks like it's pretty personal, but the truth is that you know, we're a ways away from the election we had with Conrad Burns, and a ways away from the election we had with Dennis Rehberg. You know, they were tough at the time. This is tough at this time. This too will pass, but in the meantime, it is a bit painful.
Now, Senator, our network has covered all three of President Trump's rallies in Montana.
Yeah.
You know, full-blown coverage. You've been the main target of those rallies, so I'm wondering, how's that feel? It's got to be tough every time you turn around and the president is attacking you personally.
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, we've put about 20 bills on his desk. I've worked hard in a bipartisan way to do that. In his rallies, he's touted a lot of those bills that I put forth, so I appreciate that. And then the other side is, we don't get a president that comes to Montana much, and this president's been here 3 times in the last you know, since July. I think that's a good sign, and I wish that he had the opportunity to take a look at some of the challenges we have in the state, because we have a bunch. Infrastructure challenges. When he was in Missoula a week or so ago, he could have went over to the VA clinic. It's undersized. Could have taken a look at that, which could help with decision making moving forward. But anytime a president of the United States wants to come to the greatest state in the union, he's always welcome.
Let's talk about the news of this week. The discovery of pipe bombs being sent to top Democrats across the country who've spoken out against President Trump. Now, both parties have retreated to their partisan corners, blaming each other. What's your take on that?
There's no room for this. Look, I serve with good people on both sides of the aisle. These folks, public service is part of who they are. And when you have pipe bombs going to anybody, I don't care what party they're from, I don't care what state they're from, it's unacceptable. And I really hope that law enforcement finds who did this. They've got some material to work with, and I'm hopeful that they can find who did this and hold he or she to the full extent of the punishment the law needs to put on them. No
coincidence you believe this is happening right a week and a half, 11 days before the election. Some people believe it's a conspiracy. It's not.
Well, look, I mean, pipe bombs are serious business, and I don't care when it happens. It's just serious business, and everybody should condemn it, and we should do our level best to find out who's behind it, because it's just not acceptable. It's just flat not acceptable.
Finally, you've seen our poll. You've seen the other poll, the MSUB poll is out this week. Still too close for comfort. How are you sleeping these days?
We're always sleeping good. Look, I've got a good record. We'll go back on it. I will tell you that some of the commercials, I find new stuff about myself when I look at those commercials. But the bottom line is that we've done some good work. I think the people of Montana know that, and I feel good about the election.
No regrets? No regrets about the handling of the Ronnie Jackson nomination?
No, we did our job. Advice and consent is one of the most important jobs we have to do. We ask questions. We just wanted answers.
Senator, thank you so much for taking time to join us here on our statewide news.
You bet.
We'll talk to you again on election night, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Coming up, our coverage of the 2018 campaign continues.